a KWA Mod 2. It's got a Titan in it. Apparently it started shooting single fire only and wouldn't do fully auto. So when checking the diagnostics, it said that the motor was dead. So he tried this rocket high torque motor and it worked again, but it wouldn't feed. So okay. So he tried the other motor, like the original motor that's in there now, and it did the same thing, didn't feed, but it worked again. 111850 milliamp. So he's using 11.1 in this. One of the error codes he showed me was something about low voltage, and it could be that these aren't very good at keeping MOSFETs happy in terms of voltage. Like you use maybe a mag's worth and it's low voltage. Possible reason, but he did also show me some pictures, and one of which was the nozzle. And he did say that a piece of metal shot out of the gearbox. Possibly that nozzle. And all I can say is, if that nozzle is not working or it's broken, it's never going to feed. So, let's get this apart and see what's up with it. We'll see how it works. We'll see what needs replacing. Possibly a nozzle, I reckon. But we'll see if it's done any other damage inside. Well, that didn't want to fucking come off, but can confirm that is a shattered nozzle that was stuck in the hop unit. So yeah, looking at this, there's this thing, which no idea what that was. That was inside the cylinder head. That has definitely been bent, possibly by that. The gears are absolutely fine. The cylinder doesn't seem to be scratched up. The front of the piston head looks weird, so nothing's chewed up. Now the gears look basically new. Absolutely fine, absolutely fine. It's not looking like anything else was damaged, so I'm going to give this a clean up and then basically kind of put it back together and see what the customer wants from this. Yeah, we'll clean this up and see where we're at. Ooh. That makes sense that they would give you a helical motor pinion, 2 grub screws and a tiny ass Allen key. And of course we get into some KWA fuckery. So, proprietary tappet plate. We've seen this in another video. It's got the little spring here and that moves on the spring rather than having your normal tappet plate spring. But the other thing is it has this design. So the idea is this is the broken one. That slides in there like that. Now, I did wonder why that is an AK nozzle, basically. It's a 19.7mm, give or take. It's because you've obviously got probably a couple of mil there that it's sat in front. Okay. Yes, it would be compatible, but you would have to modify. So this is thinner than that. That's quite a chunky boy. So you would have to basically make all this side thinner. Maybe I will try and modify that if I'm just going to buy the fucking other one anyway. Yeah, we'll see. Yay. That was a weird one. So, I think the metal thing wasn't down here. I think the metal bits were on here, because that looks like something's come off. There's nothing there. Kind of like brace that in, so when that tappet plate's out the way, it can just fucking spin. I think this fucking case is fucked for one, but plug it in. Nothing. Okay. So it was working before. It was working before with this gear. And it was cycling before with this gear. Right? Nothing. Ooh boy. Ooh boy. Titans, mate. They're the fucking best. They're absolute best, mate. You gotta pay good money for a fucking Titan. They're the best. They're not fucking awkward and temperamental as fuck. And don't fucking cost way more than like Perrons and shit that I tried and tested. Simplistic as fucking even a dumbass like me can do them properly. Like, you know, if a Perron doesn't fucking work, you just unplug it and plug it back in. Hell, it'll even flash a specific fucking diagnostic colour and you know exactly what it is. Magic. No app needed. None of that shit. Don't need this fucking thing. Ooh, it's tilting me. It's fucking tilting me is what it's doing. Okay, so friendly reminder that this fucking thing is a KWA. I might have sorted it. We'll fucking put it together and see. Ooh, Betty. So I don't know if you all noticed this before the brain finally put two and two together. So my suspicion about, yeah, that shouldn't be there and that shouldn't be in that one, right? And the fact that this can just spin, right, because that's missing. So what happened to this was the little nubs on the inside of that broke off. One of them fired out because the customer said something fired at him and shattered, like dented the top of the cylinder head and shattered the nozzle, right? And then the other one was just stuck in there because I pulled one of them out, right? So that's an issue. So it needs a new case, to which that new case I would have to modify the tighten back in. I've got it in the right spot now where it may or may not like the battery. It may or may not like the rocket high torque, right? But that's going to be an issue. So it's going to need a new case. Ooh, yeah, bitch. Okay, so this is a new shell. The old one had a crack right here, which meant that's a no. So I kind of got to the point where I had the mods in to redo the little nubs, but no. As a quick aside, by the way, if any of you guys ever order a KWA shell, it does not come with this bit here. A complete probably does, but be aware that if you are replacing a shell, make sure you keep that because you need that. That's the spring rest. So on to this then. We are going to put an M80 in it first, which is more than likely going to give me 240, 250, maybe 280 FPS if we're lucky. Anyway, I also modded the original tappet plate to accept aftermarket nozzles. So we'll see how that gets along. Alright, let's fucking do this. MOSFET is fucked. Putting a pairing in it. Woo! And on 11.1. Right, so the settings are set. 2 5s we're going to be using in this. 2 5s. And it's got an M80 spring in it. Ooh, yeah, might have to put an M90 in that. Well, that is 215 to 217. 217. 242. Okay, so I reckon we can stick an M90 in that then, because that should boost it up to about 280. Maybe an M95 at a push, we'll see. Rocket M100 spring. Oh god, no. No. 270, 280, that's a no from me, dog. 280's 313, 270's 300. The 270, I'd maybe, but no. XTM 100. Alright, so this is the original spring that was in there. I don't know if it's the original spring that was in there at the start. Nope. That is an upgrade spring. That is 100% a fucking upgrade spring. It's 100% too fucking powerful for this gun. 342. That's like an M110 then, isn't it? Naughty, naughty. 231 to 234. 260. Okay, that's fine. So then whatever brand this is, I will try the M100. Sounds good as well, not very springy. So, what's that? 248. 248 is 277. Okay, I've put it back on fully auto. That makes more sense. Okay, so I know he's going to ask. So, he wants to use an 11.1. I'm putting on 3-round burst anyway. What's it like on 11.1? No. 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 This one is finally done. It certainly felt like it was doing its very damn best to be the #1 contender for most awkward fucking gun. And to be honest, so far, it might take that crown. It is done. It is shooting 270 FPS, roughly speaking, with the hop set for 2.5s. It shoots nice and consistent, nice and accurately, with a good grouping over a relative distance, short to medium. Medium at a push. It's good. It's fine. Works. Ultimately, the problems with this gun was it allegedly gets shipped with an M120 spring, which is about 370 FPS anyway. So, no. If you have one of these guns or a KWA and you find that your FPS is anything above 300, do yourself and your gun a favour and your pocket a favour. Take that spring out, put an M90 or whatever spring it is to bring it to about 280. Under 300 at a push, 280 would be a good golden zone, and your gun will be happier. It is an Asian gun for the Asian market, much like the TMs. They do not like being above 280 and are generally designed to break when above that limit for too long. Otherwise, this shoots nicely. I am happy with the results. I am happy that it works, and works pretty goddamn nicely. And that's basically it. It's essentially had completely new internals, bar the hop unit, the inner barrel, the cylinder, the piston, the spring guide, because it's its own thing, the anti-reversal latch and spring, and trigger and spring. Everything else got swapped out and or upgraded and or replaced because that's what he wanted. In terms of the Titan, it kept shooting up an E14 code, which is allegedly the death error, which means the MOSFET's fucked. It's fried. Which, that is very unfortunate, judging by the price of those fucking things. We shall see what Titan support wants to do about this MOSFET, if they are going to do anything. If they can repair or replace, that would be fantastic. Otherwise, yeah, that is basically it. Thankfully, this one is done. I can move on to hopefully less awkward and breakdown-inducing guns. But sometimes that is how it be. Yeah.